Lee Van Cleef was an American actor known for his powerful performances in westerns and other genres. He became a household name in the 1960s and 1970s, thanks to his work in popular films like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and For a Few Dollars More. With his striking features, intense gaze, and deep voice, Lee Van Cleef was a memorable presence on the screen, often playing complex antiheroes or ruthless villains. Beyond his impressive acting career, Lee Van Cleef was also a devoted family man and a passionate supporter of various charitable causes. He used his fame and success to give back to his community and make a positive impact on the world around him. In this video, we will explore the life and legacy of Lee Van Cleef, from his early years to his later career and personal life. Chapter 1. Early Life and Career. Lee Van Cleef was born on January 9, 1925 in Somerville, New Jersey, to Marion Lavinia Van Fleet and Clarence Leroy Van Cleef. His parents divorced when he was young, and Lee was raised by his mother and grandparents. His maternal grandmother was an opera singer, and Lee was exposed to music and the arts from a young age. After graduating high school, Lee enlisted in the U.S. Navy during World War II and served in the submarine service. He saw action in the Pacific Theater and was awarded several medals for his service, including the Bronze Star. After the war, Lee pursued his passion for acting and began appearing in various plays and television shows. His first film role was in the 1952 movie High Noon, where he played one of the villains. He continued to appear in small roles in films and on TV throughout the 1950s, including an appearance in the classic series The Twilight Zone. Lee's big break came in 1959 when he was cast as the lead in the Western TV series The Rifleman. He played the character of Marshal Micah Torrance, a role that brought him much recognition and acclaim. The show ran for 5 seasons, from 1958 to 1963, and Lee became a well-known face to audiences across America. In the early 1960s, Lee's career took off when he was cast in a series of spaghetti westerns. These films, made in Italy and featuring American actors, were known for their gritty realism and violence. Lee appeared in several of these films, including For a Few Dollars More and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, alongside Clint Eastwood. His sharp features, piercing eyes, and gravelly voice made him perfect for playing the villain, and he became known as one of the best bad guys in the business. Lee Van Cleef's early life and career set the stage for his later success in the film industry. His experiences in the Navy and on stage helped him develop the skills and resilience necessary for a successful acting career. His role in The Rifleman introduced him to a wide audience, and his work in the spaghetti westerns made him an international star. Chapter 2. Spaghetti westerns and international fame. In the mid-1960s, Lee Van Cleef's career took off when he starred in a series of spaghetti westerns. These films, made in Italy and directed by Sergio Leone, were known for their gritty realism, stark landscapes, and ultra-violent action sequences. Lee's sharp features, piercing eyes, and gravelly voice made him a perfect fit for the genre, and he became one of its most iconic and memorable stars. Lee's first major role in a spaghetti western was in the 1965 film For a Few Dollars More, in which he played a ruthless bounty hunter named Colonel Douglas Mortimer. The film was a massive success, both in Europe and in the United States, and it established Lee as a formidable actor with a talent for playing cold, calculating characters. The following year, Lee starred alongside Clint Eastwood in what would become one of the most famous westerns of all time, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Lee played the role of Angel Eyes, a hired killer who is after the same treasure as Eastwood's character Blondie, and Eli Wallach's character, Tuco. The film was a box office sensation and is widely regarded as a masterpiece of the genre. Lee continued to work in spaghetti westerns throughout the 1960s and 1970s, starring in films such as Death Rides a Horse, The Big Gundown, and The Grand Duel. He also appeared in other genres, including horror films like Escape from New York, and action films like The Octagon. Lee's success in the spaghetti westerns made him an international star, and he was in high demand both in Europe and in the United States. He became known for his tough guy persona, his gravelly voice, and his intense stare, and he was often compared to other iconic Hollywood actors like Clint Eastwood and Charles Bronson. Despite his success, Lee remained humble and grounded, and he continued to work hard on his craft. He once said, "I'm just a working actor trying to make a living." Nevertheless, his impact on the film industry was undeniable, and his performances in the spaghetti westerns have influenced countless actors and filmmakers over the years. In summary, Lee Van Cleef's work in the spaghetti westerns established him as a major international star and cemented his legacy as one of the greatest actors of his generation. His gritty, intense performances continue to captivate audiences to this day, and his influence on the film industry is still felt by actors and filmmakers around the world. Chapter 3. Later Career and Legacy. As Lee Van Cleef entered the 1980s, he continued to work steadily in film and television. He appeared in a variety of genres, including action films like The Octagon and Code of Silence, horror films like The House of Death, and dramas like The Master. He also made guest appearances on popular TV shows like The A-Team and Murder, She Wrote. Despite his continued success, Lee's health began to decline in the late 1980s. He suffered from heart problems and underwent several surgeries, which forced him to take a break from acting. However, he returned to the screen in 1990 to star in the TV series The Master, in which he played an aging ninja master. Lee's final film role was in the 1990 horror film Thieves of Fortune, in which he played a retired jewel thief. He passed away on December 16, 1989, just a few months before the film's release. He was 64 years old. Lee Van Cleef's legacy in the film industry is one of grit, talent, and hard work. He was known for his intense stare, his gravelly voice, and his ability to bring depth and complexity to even the most villainous characters. His work in the spaghetti westerns established him as a major star, and his influence on the genre can still be seen in films and TV shows today. Lee also had a profound impact on the actors and filmmakers who worked with him. Clint Eastwood, who starred alongside Lee in several spaghetti westerns, once said, "Lee Van Cleef was the best bad guy in the business." Other actors and directors have praised Lee's professionalism, his dedication to his craft, and his kind and generous nature. In addition to his work as an actor, Lee was also a devoted family man. He married his high school sweetheart, Patsy Ruth Call, in 1943, and the couple had 2 children together. Lee was known for his kindness and his love for his family, and he remained dedicated to his wife and children throughout his life. In conclusion, Lee Van Cleef's life and career are a testament to the power of hard work, talent, and perseverance. He overcame personal and professional challenges to become one of the greatest actors of his generation, and his impact on the film industry is still felt today. His legacy will continue to inspire actors and filmmakers for generations to come. Chapter 4. Personal Life and Charitable Work. Lee Van Cleef's success as an actor did not prevent him from being an active participant in charitable work and having a fulfilling personal life. Throughout his career, Lee supported a variety of causes, including organizations that focused on the arts, wildlife conservation, and children's health. One cause that was particularly close to Lee's heart was STUST, Jude Children's Research Hospital, which he actively supported throughout his life. STUST, Jude is a leading research hospital focused on pediatric cancer and other catastrophic diseases. Lee participated in several fundraisers for the hospital and was a frequent visitor to the children's wards, where he would spend time with the young patients and their families. In addition to his philanthropic work, Lee was also an avid art collector. He had a particular love for Western-themed art and amassed a large collection over the years. In 1985, he published a book called The Best of the West, which showcased his collection and featured essays on Western art by various authors. Lee's personal life was also fulfilling. He was married to his wife, Patsy, for over 45 years, until his death in 1989. The couple had 2 children, Alan and David, both of whom followed in their father's footsteps and became actors. Alan appeared in several popular TV shows, including The A-Team and Walker, Texas Ranger, while David had roles in films like The Beastmaster and The Road Warrior. Lee was known for his generosity, his kindness, and his down-to-earth nature. He remained humble throughout his life, despite his success as an actor, and he always made time for his family, his friends, and his fans. In conclusion, Lee Van Cleef's personal life and charitable work were just as important to him as his career as an actor. He used his fame and success to support causes that were important to him, and he remained devoted to his family and his community throughout his life. His legacy as a talented actor and a generous human being continues to inspire people around the world today.